We'll go ahead and start. We'll start things off with our Monday night picks. We as some of our listeners who already listen to the show know, we don't make our Monday night NFL picks until Monday, like right before we start, before the game is about to
Right.
start. The Kansas City Patriots game has already started. It's actually on as we speak. But we do have Packers Atlanta going on afterwards, which is the actual Monday night pick. Patriots Kansas City got postponed to today because Cam Newton and a couple other people got COVID.
Right.
They did all their tests and everything though, and like no other people were actually like contracted it or anything. So they were able to proceed to the game as usual, just with their usual COVID quarantine statuses and all that shit. So we'll go ahead and make our Monday night picks. Packers versus Falcons. Who you got?
You know,
Are my boys going 4-0 this week?
I don't know. I think I wanna be that weird guy. This is Atlanta will win. I don't think they'll choke this game.
So you think they get a lead and they don't let it up? Is what
Right.
you're
I
saying.
mean, because they've been actually playing good up until choking in like
Okay.
every game. So maybe tonight they know the
You think
Packers.
they put it all together?
They play super serious and do
Okay,
the thing.
so much like Bill O'Brien getting fired, do you think if Atlanta loses this game and they're 0-4, do you think Dan Quinn gets the sack too?
Some's gonna have to shake.
Right.
Like, yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. That would be crazy. But
Okay. Well, I'm actually extremely excited that you picked Atlanta because for this week's picks, we're actually tied right now. We're both 7-6.
oh, so this will give us a tiebreaker.
Yes, and we both picked the 49ers. Well, like this was it. This is like the last game. The Titans and Steelers got postponed to October 25th, and we both picked the Chiefs to win this game. So the last game left is just Packers Atlanta, and that's it.
And I'm already like one game behind you, right?
You're one game behind me overall. Yes. So this could be the equalizer, or it could separate
Could
you a
bridge
game.
the gap a little bit.
Yep. Okay, so
I
you
don't
got Atlanta.
know.
It's you locking that in?
I don't know, bro. Now you make me want to because I mean it's not like Atlanta's just playing a scrub team. You know what I mean? Like the Packers are
are
looking
undefeated.
like they might win the Super Bowl this year.
Low key.
So you know what?
Low-key.
I might regret this, but I'm gonna pick the Packers. And if Atlanta wins, I would be mad that I didn't just keep my initial pick. But
That's okay though. It's like a safe pick because I've already picked the Packers too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
I mean, Packers is just
worst
are the
case.
better
Like
team.
so now we're definitely gonna tie this week because our picks are the same for the rest.
Right.
So you're still behind by one game. You're playing the long game. So like you're only behind by one game. So like you don't have to do anything too crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some of the picks that we got differently this week. I picked the Bucks to beat the Chargers. I won that pick. You picked the Bengals to beat the Jags. You won that pick. You called the Vikings beating the Texans.
Yup.
You called the Browns beating the Cowboys.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I called the Broncos beating the Jets. Those are all the differences that we called this week.
Yeah, I'm over the Jets.
You're not picking them anymore?
I'm completely done picking them.
So
Yeah.
Okay. So like we'll kind of jump to one of my other topics here. The T for T sweepstakes is starting to take shape a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We're starting to see a couple of some serious contenders here that are well on their way to likely getting the first overall pick. Those teams, there's 4 teams right now that are completely defeated. That's it. We're down to 4 teams that have lost every game this season. We have the Giants, the Jets, the Texans, and the Falcons are currently totally defeated, but they do play the Packers in about an hour. So we'll see if they stay completely defeated as well. So we are calling this a T for T sweepstakes because they are tanking for Trevor. That's basically
Right.
what's happening this year.
Right.
So we know the Texans, no matter what, even after firing Bill O'Brien, they're not gonna take Trevor over Deshaun. Like
That
they
would
have
be
their
weird.
quarterback. You know what I
That'd be
mean?
weird.
Right.
Yep.
So they're gonna keep Deshaun Watson for sure. Like that's gonna happen.
Right.
The other 3 teams are up in the air though, and I actually called in the offseason that I think the Jets lose everything. They send
they'll
Sam
get
on his fucking way, and they think they take Trevor Lawrence.
So
Do you think that the Giants or the Falcons could also do the same thing? I think them getting rid of Matty Ice for T-Law
yeah,
is
that could
a
happen.
real thing that could
That
happen.
could happen. I like.
Dan Quinn can hit the sack. They get a new head coach. and that new head coach wants a new quarterback. Like, it could all happen, bro. I think it really could.
Would you take T-Law over Jacobs? Because you said the Giants,
Daniel
right?
Jones, you mean?
I mean Jones, yeah. I always call him Jacobs.
100%.
I don't know why.
I would take T-Law over like 50% of the NFL right now.
Because, I mean, to me, I just feel like it's either at this point, it's either out of the Jets or the Giants. I don't see Atlanta being that poor.
They have enough talent to win a couple games.
Right.
So I do think
Jets
it's
don't
between the
look
two
like
New York teams.
Right.
And dude,
now,
you put T-Law with Saquon?
Right.
Like, bruh.
Right. Or,
Bruh.
Do you let Sam finish out this season, or do you put in Joe Flacco and let him finish? Because Flacco really isn't horrible.
Here's another angle, right? You let Sam walk. You keep Joe Flacco. Let him start next season. Let T-Law behind him. Joe Flacco's won a Super Bowl.
I don't know why they haven't maybe thought about benching.
It is strange, right? Like, I mean, you have
Flacco,
Joe Flacco. Like, I'm gonna say this. Look, like, he's not like an upper echelon quarterback,
great, but he's
a
horrible.
talented veteran.
Yeah, he's not horrible by any means.
Right, and there's kind of two sides to it too. Like, your offense already sucks. So, like, even if you believe in Sam Darnold, like, why don't you just bench him, like, to protect him physically?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, your team already fucking sucks.
Why not give Flacco a chance?
Right.
Hey, what if he kind of, I don't know, does
T-Law's better than Joe Flacco.
For sure. No, not stay there and wreck, but I mean, what if he comes in and turns that team around though?
He could
end up winning a couple games.
He definitely could do that.
And then they don't get T-Law anymore. I mean,
maybe that's why they stay with Sam Darnold. Maybe they know he sucks and they're like low key, like, you know,
right,
quote unquote
that's why
standing by their quarterback. But
right.
Let's be honest.
T-Law can come and all right, you gotta go.
Right.
You think he goes to another team, like another
Sam
team?
Darnold? He'll get picked up by somebody. I don't think he's a starter though. He'll probably get picked up as like a second, like kind of like a Jameis Winston thing.
Yeah.
Where like he went to the Saints as like a backup, and then like we'll see what happens. Hey, maybe he goes to Tampa. No, Josh Rosen's already in Tampa. He's already like the Sam Darnold guy.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
Yeah, I don't know where he could go.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Maybe the Steelers behind Ben Roethlisberger, who's going to retire in a couple years.
I don't know. I mean, do they like Rudolph? Rudolph didn't play bad.
Sam Darnold's better than Mason Rudolph.
I mean, Rudolph wasn't horrible though, and
Rudolph sucks.
I mean,
Sam Darnold sucks.
way worse apparently. At least Rudolph can win some games.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have got more pieces. So like you put Sam Darnold on a better team with a better coach like Mike Tomlin, bruh, that could make a significant impact. Like the Jets are the new Browns. The Jets are like the black hole of the NFL. Like you don't want to go play for the
I'm
Jets,
still not just giving up or saying like the Browns ain't the Browns no more just because they won a couple games. Okay.
Well, but the Jets are worse than the Browns.
They are.
Right, that's what I'm getting at.
I mean, Browns technically lost, but I mean, you know, whatever.
So you do agree, though? So, like, we think that, like, Houston could go, but, like, them firing Bill O'Brien could shake things up enough, and Deshaun Watson's talented enough to get a couple dubs.
Yeah, Watson's not. And even if
he's not going anywhere. They could go 0-16, and they're not picking up Trevor Lawrence. Like, that's fucking stupid.
Not over him.
So,
that'd be stupid.
So the idea is, like, oh, dude, I mean, I guess they could, right? You think about saving money, right? Like you could let like Brandon Cooks go, like get rid of that contract. You could let Deshaun Watson go, get like you could get like really high draft capital for him.
That's true.
Pick up T-Law on a rookie contract for 5 years, and then put that money into your offensive line.
Right.
Oh.
I
don't think they will, but like they could though. It could happen.
What if that was like Bill's
here's the thing, dude.
whole plan?
Here's the thing, though, right? This is why it could get weird, right? Because Bill O'Brien was the head coach and the GM, so like you're bringing in a new GM and a new head coach, and like a lot of the times, like when new management comes into play, like coaching or GM, they want to establish their own culture, and they want their own guys. And Deshaun Watson's like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and like if you don't like what Deshaun Watson's doing, and like you're not a big fan of the team that you already have, you're easily getting like 2 firsts for Deshaun Watson, like right. Easy, like 2 firsts, like and a second, bro, like easy, bro. And it's like, so the idea is like, you know, you could send him, and you're gonna get T-Law anyways, and then you can get like a second and first round pick to beef up your offensive line too. Like you got Laramie Tunsil already, who's like already got your blind side covered, like, and he's covered for a few years. So then, like, you can continue to beef up your offensive line. You can keep David Johnson. He's already under contract. Like, you can just keep him.
Right.
And then you got, like, a solid offensive line that's going to improve your run game. And you got T-Law, who's also going to improve your run game because he can scramble like a motherfucker and he can throw to everybody. Keep Will Fuller. Keep, like, some of your lower... Like, keep Kenny Stills and keep Will Fuller. And then maybe also pick up, like, a wide receiver.
Bro.
Maybe an A.J. Green in offseason.
What's to say, right?
I'm just speaking out loud. Like, this could actually happen, dude.
So,
like, there's like real changes happening right now.
So think about this, bro. What if Bill got fired right because of the horrible start?
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
But what if what you just explained is what he was purposely trying to do?
Like, you think he, like he was trying to tank?
Like he was
then,
already
move
trying
Deshaun
to.
Watson
Yep. I mean, he already gave up what we could say is the coldest wide receiver. That would only make so much more sense for him to give up the quarterback to get Trevor, and then flip that whole team like that.
He could.
Well, not anymore.
Well, right.
Well, what if? I mean,
here's the thing, though.
That's crazy.
I think if that was his plan, he'd make sure that like the ownership
that they
would have
knew,
right? And then at that point, they wouldn't fire him.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Or maybe they would because like it'd be too sus to keep him around. Like he knew what was going to happen.
Right. Right.
I don't know, man. It's hard to say, but like that scenario that I just played out, like doesn't sound too outlandish to be honest. Like it really doesn't. Deshaun Watson's already making a fuckload of money, so the idea is like you can jump him, get a fuckload of picks, get T-Law on a rookie deal for 5. Dude, that reopens your window entirely.
I just don't see Houston being worse than the Giants with no Saquon.
Same. I don't either. I don't think it'll happen, like, but you never know. You know what I mean? You never know. But I think you're right. Like I don't think there's any way that like they beat out the Jets or the Giants. Like they might be looking for like a 3rd or 4th round pick. I mean, 3rd or 4th overall pick.
Right.
And then like the Jets and the Giants are going to be fighting for it. I'll tell you what, man. I'd hate to be a football fan in New York right now. That's for fucking sure. You can't root for nobody.
You have no team.
No
sport. Man. In no sport.
Well, it's true though. Yeah, they got fucking nobody.
You don't have any sport your team is doing good in right now.
Right.
That's tough, bro.
I want to give a shout out to Reggie Bush for falling asleep on live TV during college football game day.
That's funny.
Shout out to you, boy. Like, I'm not even going to talk shit about college football, but there are a lot of college football games that are kind of fucking snooze fests. But when they're good, they're fucking good. It's like hype as fuck.
That's when you get to the end. Like
ish.
Because
back when you and I used to work together, we would watch like all the biggest games, bro. We get hype as fuck.
Right. But I mean, now with players opting out and all that, it's a completely different feel.
Shit's weird right now, man.
You know, so
speaking of that, right, with players opting out, I mean, they're opting out because of COVID, and we have briefly discussed COVID already. COVID has already had an immediate impact on some of the games this season already. Titans Steelers did get postponed to October 25th, as I mentioned before, and then what's his name? Super Cam Newton. He got COVID along with like 1 or 2 other people. They did confirm no other contractions were made, so they were able to postpone the game to today, which is actually currently being played right now. Damien did tell me that some fans from Kansas City also got it as well, which is something to monitor.
Yep.
And I can tell you that from all this happening, and then like one guy, the fullback for the Saints, got COVID too. So cases are popping up in places, and they said like Tennessee had like a total of 20 cases pop up in their organization.
Their whole team is like
it's like 20 people, bro. which is why I think they chose to postpone it to the 25th. Like they're giving them some time. So after tonight's games, after the Packers beat the Falcons, and we're 4-0. I'm just talking shit, but like that would be sweet. All the owners and some coaches, along with fucking what's his name? Who's the head of the NFL? What's his name? They boo him every year at the fucking draft. Yeah, Roger Goodell. Everyone in the NFL, including Roger Goodell, is all going to meet. And they're going to be discussing a potential suspension of the NFL and doing a 12-game season is what they're talking about. That meeting is taking place after today. So, like, Monday night games are going to finish. And they're either going to meet tonight or, like, sometime tomorrow in regards to that. So, over the next couple of days, we are going to get more information about it. We are going to talk about the update on next week's episode. We're still going to do our Week 5 picks this week as if nothing has changed, because as far as we're concerned, nothing has changed yet.
Right.
But if information has changed by the time this episode comes out, just know that like we will have known about it as well. And I'll probably make a post about it on social media too. I'm just crossing every part of my body that I can to make sure that we don't lose the whole goddamn football season.
Well, I already told you this a couple episodes ago.
Well, they're not doing what they need to make sure shit's not weird.
If they didn't come out the right way, bro, the season is going to get shut down. And now, I say it even stronger.
You know what they need to do?
I feel like the NFL will be shut down.
You know what they needed to do from the very beginning? Create individual team bubbles.
Exactly.
They needed to have it to where like they like reserved like an entire floor of like a hotel or something, and the players like live out of the hotels.
Exactly.
And then like you travel, sure, but like they have like a quarantined area basically like in each town that they go to, and then like no one else goes there.
Exactly. No fans, no nothing, bro.
No, nothing.
And I don't know.
Now,
why.
Obviously, like you have some people who will like figure it out. You know what I mean? But like you get it. Like for the most part, though, like it's basically on fucking lockdown. Like I get that doing a bubble for the entire season might be too difficult, but like you can lock down a hotel,
right?
You know what I mean? And then just make it known, man. Like y'all fucking stay. Like don't break the fucking bubble, man.
I feel like the NFL could have at least just made it to where there were no fans at all, at least to the end of this year. Like they could have did 2 months worth of fans, just make it a weird little bubble. Now,
well, it's like 3 to 4 months, but still,
right?
Well, here's the thing, right? Like you said, like kind of like with the NBA bubble, right? Once you're in the bubble and there's like less teams, it's more manageable.
Right.
So like you could have brought fans in like for the playoffs and stuff, and like we could have like made something happen, but they're not. And I mean I kind of get it, but at the same time I don't. Like they're talking about doing a bubble for the playoffs, but this is the point that I made before. Like, what if you don't make it to the playoffs? Like none of that shit matters. And people like me,
and it won't,
who have a team who's undefeated right now, call some fucking bullshit.
Right, and people like me get mad because we're now fucking one in the division, you know?
My team's number one in the division. That's
so
what I'm
are
saying,
we,
dude.
which I think it's more funnier that I can say that than you, but...
It is funnier that you can say that than me, without a doubt. So that's just something that's going on. Just keep an eye on that. So playing tonight for the Patriots, Brian Hoyer got the start over Jared Stidham, which I thought was really interesting because... They were talking about Stidham, Cam Newton back in the offseason, but now it's like Stidham's not even starting now, which I think is really interesting.
That is interesting. Gosh, that guy hasn't... When was the last time we saw him play?
Jared Stidham?
Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer?
Yeah.
He's been on the... he's played for several teams, including Houston and Cleveland.
Right.
I believe... No. That's that other dude. Josh McCown's been playing for the Jets. He's actually still employed by the Jets right now. But I think the last time we saw Brian Hoyer play was like in the offseason, like the preseason, like last season for the Patriots.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. He's still talented. He's good enough to start. I mean, he's starting right now. I checked it a minute ago. I believe they're losing to the Chiefs right now.
I mean, that's
3-6. So it's a field goal shootout, which is like kind of interesting, I guess. Patriots have the ball, so it's 3-6.
That's the thing. I don't get it. The Chiefs always start off slow.
The Chiefs are a little inconsistent this year, dude.
Yeah, they're not coming out and they start off slow to me, it seems like it's really weird.
They play a little this year, they play a little inconsistent until they get like one 75-yard play to Tyreek Hill, and then the game's just over.
Right.
So
what if they're just bullshit and coasting, and then in the playoffs they just destroy everyone?
Well, Andy Reid has always been the opposite. They call him regular season Andy Reid. And then playoff Andy Reid, and the story around Andy Reid is that he's an offensive genius, but he's too excited to put all of his plays out early in the season, and then he's got no more surprises for the playoffs. So that is something to consider. Maybe he's holding his guns a little bit this season, trying to do a back-to-back situation with Patty Mahomes. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Did you see that his fiance came out telling the commentators to call him Patrick instead of Patty?
No.
She didn't like them. She didn't like them calling him Patty. Well, it's kind of like Matthew Stafford. He doesn't like it when people call him Matt. He's like, my name's Matthew. Call me Matthew.
I mean, that makes sense.
I mean,
I don't see
with
how
all
many
due
people
respect, right?
are gonna call him Patrick though.
Well, it's like Tyrod too. He says my name's not Tyrod, it's Tyrod. Call me Tyrod Taylor.
I don't see it changing.
I mean, it won't. It's like a brand at this point. You know what I mean? Especially with Patty Mahomes, my homeboy. Come on, bro. You can't.
Ain't nobody gonna say.
I bet also too. He was like behind closed doors. He's like, come on, man. don't be like. I already wiped you up. Like, chill the fuck out. Like, you don't need to be saying shit for me.
We're $500 million rich just off my football, bitch. That's nothing else. So you sit down.
Do me a solid and shut the fuck up for a little bit. Like, if you got a problem, talk to me about it. I'll talk to everyone else about it. I'm the guy with the ring.
Exactly.
Okay, like, chill the fuck out.
I'm the one with the contract. What are we doing here?
Man, I may have wiped you up, but I can unwipe you up.
Real quick.
You're just a fiance right now. You better chill the fuck out. I'm just kidding. I don't think
That's so funny. I'm kidding too. That's
I don't think he's like that at all.
I don't either. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is probably like, okay, like I love you, like, but like please. Unfortunately, this is Damien's moment to relish in what just happened this past week. I want you to go ahead and soak it up because you got it, bro. And the Philadelphia Eagles not only got a win, but they beat they beat the fucking San Francisco 49ers.
Right.
Now, granted, it was a hurt 49ers team, but this is a hurt 49ers team who has also continued to get dubs.
Right. Now,
so I think the win is still impressive nonetheless, and your defense looked great. However, I think he came back on the field. I'm not sure, but Darius Slay got hurt too.
Yep, we had some people. Bro,
more injuries. More injuries
every year, bro. Every year.
This is bad though.
I did pick my Eagles right this past week.
Nope.
So
so we agreed on this. If you didn't pick them this week and they won,
I would just
you were
going to
proceed to not pick them for the rest of the year.
And so I'm watching that game right, and we win, and I'm like, nah, I just literally have to pick against my boys every time. Because
I agree. The superstition is real. You have to now.
Now
I would do the same thing for the Packers.
If I pick against them, and like I'm gonna do, and they end up losing, then I'll go back to making my.
It cures the superstition.
But for right now,
I agree.
I'm gonna have to pick against.
I agree. I would do the same thing.
Yep.
Now on the topic of injuries, I do want to give y'all an update on injuries. Tariq Cohen tore his ACL last week, or MCL or whatever, out for the season. I am going to be including a link in both the clip that I'm going to create for this and the full episode to the list of new injuries this week. I got a couple of notable names, though. Austin Eckler tore his hamstring. O.J. Howard's out. LaShawn McCoy has an ankle injury. Nick Chubb tore his MCL. He's going to be out for like 6 weeks at least, they said. C.J. Henderson is out. Miles Jack is out. Darius Leonard is out. And Ezekiel Nash tore his bicep. So those are some of the big boys that got hurt this past week. The injuries continue to pile up. It's unreal, to be honest.
Bro, so, again...
Everyone say a prayer for your team, bro.
Again, dude, well... Us as Eagles fans, we already know what it is.
Right.
This is just every year.
Same shit,
it does
different
not
year,
matter,
man.
bro. We're always hurt. Now, do you think, again, some of these injuries, right, that we saw, of course, look insane, but do we still want to correlate some of these other injuries as just the players just weren't working out? Bro?
I think a bicep tear is subjective to, like, being out of shape, because that's, like, you get it.
And,
but,
like a hamstring tear, maybe?
Hamstring tear as well, yeah. Like an ankle injury, not so much. An MCL tear, not so much.
Right, of course.
Yeah, but like,
so like, but
some
the
of them
gist
are
of it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of questionable, right?
Yeah, but also, I mean, like, I think that's definitely something to think about for sure. But also, you do have just freak injuries sometimes of dudes like tearing their pecs and shit and biceps.
Though, it's
no way. Yeah, that's what I'm
dude.
saying. That's why the correlation is so weird this year because there's like so many people getting hurt.
It's crazy.
I think we all know it's because like they weren't doing what they needed to do.
They were chilling a little bit.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Which is definitely understandable.
Well, I mean, they're
okay,
professionals. They should be able to do it, but everyone doesn't. Yeah, I get it. Cowboys lost to the Browns. The NFC East is the worst division I've seen in years, maybe even like decades.
Bro.
The Eagles won their first game this season, a quarter of the way through the season, and they're first in the division.
Let's go.
I mean, congratulations.
Let's go.
Holy shit.
But, I mean, this happens every year, bro, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay.
It was funny. It was like one of the commentators, I think it was for Sunday Night Football. It wasn't Chris Collinsworth. It was the other dude. He was saying that, like, he didn't foresee the East sending a wild card team either. So he was like, I'm pretty sure we're probably only going to get one team out of this division this year, and one of them's going to get a home game. So, whoever wins it is in, but, like, that's probably it. Let's be honest.
Bruh, how crazy was that comeback, though, by Dallas? Like,
not
honestly.
crazy at all.
So I thought it was crazy. What I thought was crazier, though,
it was all garbage.
what I thought was crazier is then Odell then has that run back.
Yeah, the 50-yard score.
They block the field goal that ends up being an extra, like a 2-point conversion
yeah,
instead
it really,
of like,
it really kind of fucked everything up,
sucked.
which is pretty bananas to be honest.
That shit was
it's
pretty,
true, man. They
gnarly.
really fucked everything up with that. Now, I mean, they were still down by 2 scores, a 2-point conversion and a field goal away. But then, I mean, it was over. Like after Odell scored that point,
weird.
like all their momentum was gone. Like that was it.
It made it weird.
I agree. I mean, they had one hell of a comeback. The Browns definitely mismanaged their lead. But I mean, fortunately for them, they already put up 41 points. So it didn't matter.
41-14.
It was 41-14, and then they got that extra score that put them up to 49-14.
Like,
so, so no, 42
in those cases.
Or no, 41. Yeah, because they scored the 8. Yeah.
Like in those cases, do you kind of get mad at the offense to say at least get us like a field goal here and there if you put up 41?
Well, so here's the thing, right? The Cowboys lost because they
horrible?
threw that pick at the end, right? They still needed the field goal anyways, and it was really funny. Actually, like right before the play happened, when Dak Prescott threw that pick at the end, I said they're taking too long. They should have kicked a field goal like 3 plays ago when they were in field goal range.
Right.
Because so here's the thing, right? When you're dealing with like clock management,
you
need that field goal anyways. So just kick the field goal. You've got the points, and you got to score a touchdown anyways. But if you get the ball back, you control the clock.
But do people believe in their kickers like that?
Oh, it wasn't. They were already in field goal range, like well within. Like they were at like the 20 when he threw the pick.
We've seen. Well, true, but we've seen them.
Well, Legatron just delivered for them last week with the onside kick and the game-winning field goal. You
man.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I would say I can understand where you're coming from with some teams, but I think Legatron already proved himself. Yeah, he can do that. So I think it was just extreme mismanagement. I think Mike McCarthy shit the bed on it, man. I think they should have kicked the field goal early. They wouldn't have thrown the pick, and then at that point it would have been in Legatron's arms. Kick the onside kick and hope you get lucky. That's all you can do.
Right.
Instead, they continue to try to score early, which is fucking stupid. And Dak Prescott throws a pick. Like, what else are you going to do? And everyone wants to hype up Dak Prescott. I want to remind everybody that he threw all those touchdowns and yards when he was down by over 30 points.
I mean,
and none of it fucking matters.
So people are telling me that, and I get that it does not matter. But at the same
time,
the
Browns allowed them to score all those points.
Bro.
But no, like I said, though, they didn't do their job on offense, and they didn't kill any clock, and that's why Dallas was able to score all the points that they did. But at the end of the day, I mean, and also Dak Prescott threw the pick.
His stats do look crazy, though.
They look insane, but like they're fake, though. They're fake points. Think about when they beat Atlanta, dude. They were down by like over 20 points in the fourth quarter. So Dak was able to just throw it the whole fucking time.
That's true, but dude.
And like they ended up winning, but it wasn't because of Dak. It was because the Falcons choked.
That's insane.
Like, let's not forget that the Dallas Cowboys should be 0-4 right now.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Dude.
That's what I'm saying.
The Texans would draft T-Law. They'd send Dak on his way real quick for T-Law.
Who, Dallas?
Yeah. No more controversy. We'll go ahead and send you the fuck out. We'll get T-Law on a rookie deal, and we'll have him throw to CeeDee Lamb and fucking Amari Cooper. Are you shitting me?
Or we could even have him back.
Pair him up with Ezekiel Elliott?
We could also have him back Andy Dalton. I mean, they only have Andy Dalton for this year, but
they can
bring
re-sign
Andy Dalton back for another year.
Re-sign him for like a 3-year deal. Give him a veteran's minimum and let him do his thing.
And let T-Law chill up under him, and then boom, pass up. And you can't tell me Andy would not go in with that team.
Dude, Andy Dalton will play better now. He played better than Dak now.
I believe so. There was a simulation I watched that they put all the quarterbacks at running back, and then the backup quarterback was a quarterback.
Uh-huh.
Dallas was 11-5 with Andy Dalton as the quarterback.
Yikes!
Bro.
Big
and
yikes.
That's Dak at running back, not even having Zeke.
That's nuts,
bro. That
offense is already so potent.
It'd be sick, dude.
Anyways, let's go to undefeated teams. We're down to 6 now. The Buffalo Bills and the Seahawks have already won their Week 4 games, so they will remain undefeated, 4-0. We have Green Bay and Kansas City playing tonight. Kansas City is currently up by 3. Green Bay plays in about 30 minutes. And the Steelers and the Titans both got postponed to the 25th, so we won't see their updated scores until next week when they proceed their standard schedules. So we'll see what happens there. So just an update on that. That's what we're looking at there. We already talked about T-Law, the T for T. So at this point, we can go ahead and wrap up with our Week 5 picks. And obviously, again, we won't do our Monday night picks. We'll make that announcement next Monday, and we'll just move forward from there. Okay. We have our picks, and we're ready. We're going to go one by one. We're going to see how Damien's feeling. I've already got all my picks pre-made. I make them before the show, and then we're going to share them together. Thursday Night Football, which is actually really exciting because the last 2 weeks of Thursday Night Football have been absolute fucking dog shit. This week's Thursday Night Football game is the Buccaneers versus the Bears in Chicago. Who you got?
I'm gonna have to roll with my boy.
Bucks? Oh, no, Nick Foles is your
my
boy.
Yeah, Nick Foles. I'm gonna have to roll with the Bears on this one.
You think Chicago pulls the dub, huh?
I do.
All right, well, I got the Bucks. All right, Bills Titans in Tennessee.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills on that one.
I got the Bills as well. I'm starting to feel the way about the Bills the same way I feel about the Ravens. Like, I think I'm gonna pick them until they prove to me that they can't win.
We expect the Bills to come out this year and be good. I think because
Josh Allen, it's together.
They looked good last year.
That Stephon Diggs is looking better. That Stephon Diggs trade is looking better and better. Like every single week.
Did
you see that sick Stephon Diggs play where he caught it and then made a guy miss and he dove for the first down?
Right,
dude, that shit was sick, man.
I think to me that was that over the top move that they needed to make.
Right
but now,
I agree.
They can go in.
They can play.
They were there last year. Unfortunately,
and another underrated move they made this offseason was getting Derrick Henry to sign that new contract. Like that was huge.
Man.
So now, he's locked in for a few years. You got Stephon Diggs, you got John Brown, you got Cole Beasley, you got Knox, you got
that's nice, bro.
It's stacked, bro. And their offensive line is no joke either. Taylor Lewan and the boys, woo, that's gonna be fun to watch. Jags Texans at Houston. I'm actually gonna change this pick.
As much as I hate to say it, I'm going to have to say the Jaguars.
The Jags were my pick before Bill O'Brien got fired. Now that he got fired, they're going to have a new offensive...
that is a good point. Right. I forgot he got fired.
Right,
that makes
so they
sense.
have the new offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
I think,
I want to go with the Texans on that one.
All right.
And Jaguars just lost, so...
Don't get me wrong, Minshew Mania is real, and he's good, and the Jags, they're going to get a couple dubs this year, but I think with Bill O'Brien getting fired... any coach. Anytime a coach gets fired, you got a few weeks of buffer where there's no tape on the new coach, and they're gonna let Deshaun Watson do a lot of what he wants to do, and they're gonna let him call a lot of the offense. I think they get a couple of dubs without a doubt. We got Bengals versus Ravens at Baltimore.
Yep, I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens, bro.
Yeah,
I was gonna be a little bit weird and run with my boy real quick, but I
think the Bengals can win at home against the Ravens, but because they're in Baltimore, I think they lose.
I was like. I don't think he. Nah. Yeah.
Panthers Falcons at Atlanta. Panthers. I have Atlanta.
I think Teddy's gonna go do some stuff.
I think the Packers beat Atlanta tonight, and then I think Atlanta finally gets their shit together, and then they beat the Panthers and get their first win of the season.
I think they get it together tonight, but I still pick the Packers just.
Okay, cool. Thanks for the respect.
Right.
Raiders, Chiefs at Chiefs.
At Chiefs, I'm gonna have to go with the Chiefs.
Same.
I don't know. The Raiders been balling, dude.
They have been, but they've also they're kind of like the Cardinals right now. They've both been balling, but at the same time, the Cardinals and the Raiders have both lost their last 2 games, which is something to consider.
Yeah.
However, true. I think the Cardinals bounce back this week. They are playing the Jets.
Now, how crazy would this be? I'm gonna pick against the Jets, right?
Yeah, and then they're gonna win, right?
And I'm going with the Cardinals and watch the Jets beat.
You're gonna turn yourself into an omen.
I'm gonna just have to start picking against who I really want to win.
All right, so we got Eagles Steelers. I'm assuming you're gonna pick the Steelers.
We are picking the Steelers for that game. Yes, we are.
And by doing so, you're really picking the Eagles.
That is correct. Because this is now the method, right, of how it seems to work.
I have the Steelers as well, so we'll see what happens. Rams Washington in Washington.
I'm going with the Rams.
Same. Also picking the Rams as well. Dolphins at 49ers.
I'm going to have to go with the 49ers. I don't know how.
Even though they're hurt.
And we beat them.
Well, right.
But
y'all are better than the Miami Dolphins.
But, Fitzmagic is also no joke either, though. So, we'll see how that goes.
Fitzmagic could play around and throw 6 tutties.
I'm going to pick 49ers.
Okay. Hey, and we're after week 4, so over under for Tua Tagovailoa is this week. So we'll see if he comes out. I don't think he starts this week, but we'll see what happens.
Right.
Starting to see a little more Jalen Hurts for the Eagles, though.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to see a little bit of that. We got Giants, Cowboys at Dallas.
So, see, bro, I want to pick the Giants because if the Cowboys win, they'll be leading the division. Of course.
Unless y'all win.
Right. We'll just have to keep matching with them.
Right, yeah.
So,
it's hard to pick them after losing to the Browns, but we know the Browns also have firepower. I think the Giants don't have shit.
They don't. Right. So, I'm actually going to pick the Cowboys, even though I don't want them to win.
They're playing the Giants, though, right?
They're going to win.
Who fucking cares?
Yeah. It's really for a record's sake.
Right. I agree, though. I think the Cowboys are going to win as well. I think it's a no-brainer. I don't think anyone would object to that. Like, let's just be honest. Patriots, Broncos at fucking... Patriots at Patriots.
Will Cam be back?
Probably not. Because, well, it depends, though, because the NFL, like, they got some fucking money, bro. So, like, they're very likely going to be able to keep the testing on track, and Cam Newton could come back. However, I know traditionally speaking, they want them to at least be 2 weeks quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we're following the 2 week quarantine, I would say no. So, I'm going to say this. We'll allow this pick to be fluid until we get final news on
Cam playing.
Yeah.
Because I would pick the Patriots.
So we're gonna make the pick
Cam
right
plays.
now, assuming Cam doesn't play.
Does it?
Right. And then if we find out that Cam does play, then we'll allow a change at that point. I think that's fair. I don't think anyone would object to that.
Broncos.
Okay, so you think Broncos? I'm gonna do the same as well. Actually, you know what? No, I think the Patriots win regardless. But I'll allow you to change your pick if
Cam plays,
right? If Cam plays,
but
right.
I'm with Broncos on that.
That's
matchup.
fair though. That's totally fair because like we don't know what's going on there, so that's fine. Colts Browns at Cleveland.
You know, as much as I hate to say it, Baker has been looking pretty good since I've been talking mess. So
you called the Browns last week against the Cowboys.
I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and keep talking mess and say Baker did it a couple times. He's proven me wrong, but
he hears you, bro. He listens to the show, man.
I'm gonna stay on course so that he can stay on course. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Browns. Baker may try, still ain't doing nothing.
Baker didn't do shit this last week either. He threw for like 2 touchdowns and like 180.
You know, then
Kareem Hunt ran for 2 touchdowns. Like Nick Chubb ran for a touchdown.
That running game was insane.
It's
and
true,
Odell was going ham.
Well, and Jarvis Landry threw for a touchdown too. So it's like you don't really like they're learning to work around Baker Mayfield. Like he's not that talented, but they're finding ways to like not make him the determining factor in whether they win or not.
It's crazy. I am picking the Browns though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I picked the Colts. So hey. For the record, okay, we're a quarter of the way through the season now. I would just like to remind you that the Colts are 3-1 right now. So Phillip Rivers is doing some shit right now. I'm just
you know what? I'm gonna stay in my lane with him too. He does have them looking good as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna stay consistent with him.
What I say, right? Zach Pascal's making some plays. T.Y. Hilton's making some plays.
Yeah.
Marlon Mack is hurt, but like that new rookie Taylor, he's making some plays. So we'll see. I just a reminder. We're a quarter of the way through the season, so we'll see.
I got the Browns though.
That's fine. I got the Colts though. Vikings Seahawks at Seattle.
Of course. I'm picking Seahawks like every time.
Yeah, they're looking good this season.
They're looking pretty nightmarish as well.
They really are. They're looking really good. Seahawks. And then that's it. And then our Monday night game is the Chargers at Saints, but we won't call that until next Monday. All right, so we got our picks in. Let's see what we got different. I got the Bucks over Chicago. You got the Panthers over the Falcons, and I have the Falcons as well, obviously. We got the Patriots versus the Broncos different, but that may change. We have the Browns over the Colts different, and then that's it. So we got a couple of games this week where we don't see eye to eye, so we'll see what happens. That'll be a lot of fun to take a peek at for sure.